Hello. Okay. Hello. Hello, everybody. Um, Rebecca here. I'm waiting for a minute for people to get into the chat room and to get into the live stream. There's also been a 4.5 in Ferndale, California as well. So let me share this link real quick for other people. Okay, so anyways, what I can tell you as of right now, there has been an 8.0 earthquake in Petropavlovsk, Kamchatka, Russia. There's also been a 4.5 earthquake in west-northwest Ferndale, California. And then Guatemala has been having some earthquakes, which started off as a 6.0 and was downgraded to a 5.6 and then the other to a 5.3. The information is, and I'm going to give this information, but first this is where our 5.0 earthquake has struck over here. And we'll also look at it on Google Earth. So first we're going to check out this earthquake, which has occurred off the east coast of Kamchatka. I'm going to give you some information on this earthquake. So let's get this going here. I've got to get my earthquake 3D open, my Google Earth open real quick. This was totally unexpected. I had bells and whistles going off. So this earthquake is just striking over here within this region. This does not look, well, this is actually the same area as the other earthquakes that have struck. So this is, let me get this in here. This is the American Pacific Convergent Boundary, and this area itself lies at a complex convergent plate boundary. The Pacific plate is subducting beneath the Osh plate, part of the North American plate system. Subduction occurs in Kuril-Kamchatka Trench, just offshore of the peninsula. The convergence rate is 8 to 9 centimeters per year, which is very fast geologically. This tectonic activity drives both earthquakes and volcanism. Kamchatka is home to one of the most active volcanic belts in the world, the Kamchatka Volcanic Arch, in which we had showed it is on the east coast of Kamchatka. There are over 300 volcanoes, including 29 active stratovolcanoes. The notable active volcanoes are Klutchevskoy, Shevelush, Kermensky, Bezmiany, and Matovsky. Many of these are andesitic to basaltic stratovolcanoes and erupt frequently. Those volcanoes there produce lava flows, pyroclastic flows, and explosive eruptions, ash plumes that can disrupt the air traffic and notably trans-Pacific routes for airplanes. Kamchatka is part of the Ring of Fire, a zone of frequent major earthquakes. Earthquakes often occur along the megathrust interface between Pacific and Osh plates. Historical megathrust events were 1952 when they had a 9.0, 1923 when they had an 8.4. So this one would be a historical event. Frequent M6s to M7 events. Most quakes are interplate thrust earthquakes, but some are deep focus or interplate. The geology of Kamchatka reflects both its subduction zone processes and volcanic development. Volcanic rocks are andesitic, basalt, and rhyolitic. Platonic rocks, diorite, granbarite, and in older crustal blocks. Metamorphic complexes in older accelerated terrains, and marine sediments deposited in forearc basins. The eastern volcanic front active stratovolcano parallels to the trench. Serendini Trench, Central Mountains, older volcanic and sedimentary rocks. Creationary complexes, remnants of past subduction processes on the eastern coast. Many earthquakes offshore can trigger tsunamis, especially from thrust faults on the plate interface, submarine landslides, and caldera forming volcanic eruptions. The 1952 quake generated a tsunami with waves of 18 meters at Severo Kurlis. Earlier historical tsunamis have also affected Hawaii and the U.S. West Coast. Kamchatka is primary location for studying plate subduction dynamics, magnetic plumbing systems, earthquake genesis, and megathrust rupture, volcanic tectonic interaction. So that is what we know so far about this area here. We are also going to look at the Data Buoy Center and see if we have any warnings. So let's get this over here. See what we have going on for our data buoys. All the buoys across this area here are going off. If you can see, they're going off all the way over to Alaska. So this whole arc has got buoys that are going off right now. So we're going to look and see if we do have any warnings at this minute. We'll use the US one here. So you can see this is where our 8.0 earthquake has occurred. And messages are for Guam. So let's see here. Let's get our latest message, which has been posted. And this states here, tsunami message number 1, NWS Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, Honolulu, Hawaii, 9:35 a.m. CHST, Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. A tsunami watch is now in effect for Guam and CNMI, emergency managers, media, general public. An earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 8.0 occurred off the east coast of Kamchatka, Russia at 9:25 a.m. CHST on Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. The tsunami threat to Guam, Rota, Tinian, and Saipan from this earthquake is still being evaluated. If a tsunami threat exists, the earliest estimated arrival time of tsunami waves within Guam, Rota, Tinian, and Saipan would be 2:37 p.m. CHST on Wednesday, July 30th. Recommended actions. Stay alert for further information. The tsunami watch could be elevated to an advisory or warning. Consider your course of action if a tsunami advisory or warning is issued. Estimated times of arrival. Estimated times of arrival ETA of initial tsunami are given below. Actual arrival times may differ, and the initial wave may not be the largest. A tsunami is a series of waves, and the time between waves can be 5 minutes to 1 hour. So we're looking at Magazine Bay, Saipan. The time there would be 2:37. Abian would be 2:37 p.m. Wing Beach, 2:37 p.m. Garapan, 2:40 p.m. Long Beach, 2:40 p.m. Chulu Beach, 2:44. Makin Beach, 2:45. Aratsu Bay, 2:47. San Jose, which is in Tinian, would be 2:47. Song Song would be 2:49. Patty Point would be 2:51. Pago Bay would be 2:53. Inarajan would be 2:53. And Apra Harbor would be 2:57. Potential tsunami impacts are still being evaluated. If there is a tsunami threat to Guam, Rota, Tinian, and Saipan, the earliest impacts will be around 2:37 p.m. CHST on Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. Preliminary earthquake parameters are 8.0. Okay, their origin time was 8:25 a.m. The depth is 46 miles, which means that there could very well be a tsunami. Location off the east coast of Kamchatka, Russia. Next update message will be issued in 1 hour or sooner if the situation warrants. Further information about this event may be found on the internet at tsunami.gov. So, anyways, we are at tsunami.gov right now, and that is where I've just read you the latest information from. That is the only information that I can give you at this time. Let's see here. West Coast. This is for Alaska, British Columbia, and the U.S. West Coast. Public tsunami message number 1 for the West Coast. A tsunami advisory is now in effect. Aleutian Islands, Smauga Pass, Alaska, 30 miles southwest of Nikolsky, to Attu, Alaska, including the Pribilof Islands. For other U.S. and Canadian Pacific coasts in North America, the level of tsunami danger is being evaluated. Further information will be provided in a supplementary message. The following parameters are based on a rapid preliminary assessment of the earthquake, and changes may occur. Magnitude 8.0. Forecast of tsunami activity. Tsunami activity is forecasted to start at the following locations at the specific times. Alaska, 1646. Adak, 1746. St. Paul, 1906. Observation and tsunami activity. No tsunami observations are available to report. Actions to protect human life and property still vary within tsunami advisory areas. If you are in a tsunami advisory area, move out of the water, off the beach, and away from harbors, marinas, breakwaters, bays, and inlets. Be alert to and follow instructions from your local emergency officials, because they may have more detailed or specific information for your location. If you feel a strong earthquake or extended ground rolling, take immediate protective actions such as moving inland and or uphill, preferably by foot. Boat operators, where time and conditions permit, move your boat out to sea to a depth of at least 180 feet. If you are at sea, avoid entering shallow water, harbors, marinas, bays, and inlets to avoid floating and submerged debris and strong currents. Do not go to the shore to observe the tsunami. Do not return to the coast until local emergency officials indicate it is safe to do so. Impacts will vary at different locations in an advisory area. If you are in a tsunami advisory area, a tsunami with strong waves and currents is possible. Waves and currents can drown or injure people who are in the water. Currents at beaches and in harbors, marinas, bays, and inlets may be especially dangerous. Some impacts may continue for many hours to days after arrival of the first wave. The first wave may not be the largest, so later waves may be larger. Each wave may last 5 to 45 minutes as a wave encroaches and recedes. Coasts facing all directions are threatened because the waves can wrap around islands and headlands and into bays. Strong shaking and rolling of the ground indicates an earthquake has occurred and a tsunami may be imminent. A rapidly receding or receding shoreline, usually unusual waves and sounds and strong currents are signs of a tsunami. The tsunami may appear as water moving rapidly out to sea. A gentle rising tide, like flood with no breaking waves, as a series of breaking waves or a frothy wall of water. Additional information and next update. Refer to the internet site tsunami.gov. Pacific coastal residents outside California, Oregon, Washington, British Columbia, and Alaska should refer to the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center message at tsunami.gov. This message will be updated within 60 minutes. So what else do we have? This is also for Kamchatka. So there are warnings for east coast of Kamchatka, Russia, off the east coast of Kamchatka, Russia, off the east coast of Kamchatka, Russia, 350 miles southwest of Bering, Komandorsky. So these are all the updates that I can give you for right now. I don't have any more updates that I can give regarding this 8.0 earthquake. Let me see if I can find any more news. Okay, so what I can give you is and this is coming from Reuters. A magnitude 8 earthquake struck off Russia's Kamchatka on Wednesday, the U.S. Geological Survey said. The quake was shallow and strong enough to cause waves or a tsunami. So that is all that's being stated by Reuters. There is nothing more there for news. Volcano Discovery is stating a powerful magnitude 8.0 earthquake occurred in the North Pacific Ocean, 324 kilometers from, that's 201 miles from Kamchatka, Russia, in the morning of Wednesday, July 30th, 2025, at 10:24 a.m. local time. The quake had a very shallow depth of 19.3 kilometers and was felt by many near the epicenter. Please don't be calling me. The shallow depth of the quake caused it to be felt more strongly near the epicenter than a deeper quake of magnitude would. So, this earthquake was listed as an 8.0 earthquake at 19 kilometers depth. 1 second, you guys. Okay, so that is the information I have so far. What are the buoys doing? I just showed the buoys. All the buoys across the Pacific are going off from Alaska all the way over to all the way over past Kamchatka to southwest of Tokyo. So this is something I need you guys to, if you haven't, please share this video out. Get this information out for other people, that if you know that they live in that area or they live in these areas, please let them know that there has been an 8.0 earthquake and that the west coast of the United States, Alaska, Guam, Hawaii, and these areas may be affected if there is a tsunami. People need to have this information so that they can get to a safe place. Let's see what other information I can find for y'all. Okay, other information, a magnitude 8.0 earthquake struck 133 kilometers southeast of Petropavlovsk, Kamchatka, Russia. While details on damage and casualties are still unclear, authorities have issued tsunami warnings and are monitoring for aftershocks. Emergency teams remain on alert as the situation develops. Tsunami alerts have been issued for Russia, Japan, Guam, Hawaii, and Alaska. A powerful magnitude 8.0 earthquake struck 133 kilometers southeast of Petropavlovsk, Kamchatka, Russia, according to the United States Geological Survey. The shallow quake was felt across the Kamchatka Peninsula and was strong enough to generate waves or trigger a tsunami. Tsunami alerts have been issued for Russia, Japan, Guam, Hawaii, and Alaska. If tsunami waves impact Hawaii, the earliest estimated time of arrival is 7:17 p.m. local time. Authorities are monitoring the situation for potential aftershocks and issuing tsunami warnings as a precaution. More information is expected as officials gather data from the affected areas. This is breaking news and will be updated. And that is coming from an overseas site. Times Now for Russia, I believe. I don't know the name, so give shout out to the author, Naman Trivedi. Okay, what else I got? U.S. Tsunami Warning Centers 21 minutes ago. There is a watch state of Hawaii. It was issued 7/29. So, let me see if I can pull that up. Well, I can show you this one. So there is right here, watch state of Hawaii issued 7/29/2025, 7:34:01. Okay, what other information we got? Station, let me see. This is station 21419 Kuril Islands, owned and maintained by the National Data Buoy Center, DART 2 payload. And this is the signal of the water height columns. So there is, it definitely looks like there is a tsunami. Okay, so we did have a 4.5 earthquake. I'm going to go and look at this 4.5 earthquake which occurred in California. So let me get this pulled up here. Oops. Let's drop this down below. And then I want to look at this 4.5 earthquake. Let's see if there's how many aftershocks there's been. This has been an interesting day, you guys. They did not. Okay, it's an 8.4, but that also caused a 6.4 aftershock off the east coast of Kamchatka also. So let's find this 4.5 offshore Northern California. This one was offshore. So let's get this in here so we can go take a look at this earthquake which has occurred. I do not have any data for this one. I only noticed it as I came live. All right, you guys. So here we have a subduction zone. Here we have the Cascadia subduction zone. Now, just so you know, even though this is a 4.5, could be foreshock, this subduction zone here is capable of an 8.3 earthquake. It's capable. Not saying it is one. It's capable of one. Down here we have the Pacific Juan de Fuca transform boundary and fault. And then we have the Escanaba segment over here. But this earthquake is to be expected with a lot of the movement that's going on around the plate. The biggest problem is what I'm watching is all this major activity over here on this side of the plate. Got to remember, this is a plate. When one side moves, the other side's going to move eventually. And I'm just watching this and going, you know what? The west coast of the United States has been thus spared so far. Let's hope it continues. Because there has got to be an immeasurable amount of pressure that is building up on this side of the west coast. Okay, so anyways, there was another earthquake that I wanted to discuss. And the point is we've also had a 5.6 in Guatemala and a 5.3. There's also been a 5.4. All of these were downgraded from 6.0. So there was not one of these. This 5.6 started off as a 6.0. This one was a 5.9. And this one was a 5.9. All of them had been downgraded. So let's go look at the data on these earthquakes. So we're going to come over here. We're going to go down here, and you're going to see for these ones. Wait, that's for Japan. It looks like Japan may have had an earthquake now, too. So we'll see what's going to happen with that in a minute. However, we're looking over here. Kamchatka, the 8.0, you can see two of them listed right here. I'm wondering if that earthquake was actually bigger. Let's see what the data says. So the data shows right here, right away, 8.2. Let's see, 7.8, 7.0, 7.8, 7.8, 7.0. I'm curious about the data for this earthquake. Not seeing much 8 activity. Seven point one. I'm going to tell you they might downgrade this earthquake. I'm scrolling through here looking for 8s. There's a, nope, not even another 8. That was a 0. There's an 8.1, 7.7. Not even halfway to the bottom yet. That's a lot of data coming in. 7.2, 7.3. Either way, it was a huge earthquake. 7.7s, plenty of 7.7s. 7.6 here, 7.6, 7.3, 7.4, 8.2. Let's look at the other one. There was another one which had 8s on it as well. There was this one, and then we checked this one. So let's look at this one. These are all high numbers. And I don't see 1 8 on here at all. I would expect this earthquake might get downgraded. Okay, so anyways, what were we going to look for? I got lost here. So we're looking at Guatemala, and you can see the earthquakes here. So let's click this because this one shows, well, this one shows 5.0, right? Okay, so let's go down here. We're going to look through. We got the itty bitty baby quakes. 4.6, 5.3, 5.5, 5.2, 5.6, 5.5, 5.8, 6.9. So that's the highest one I'm finding is 6.9. We got a 6.0, 6.2, 6.0, 6.0, 6.1. So this earthquake started off as a 6.0 and it was downgraded. Let's see what else we've got. They have now had a aftershock of a 6.9 for the east coast of Kamchatka. It's going to get busy, you guys. And you know what? I'm just curious. What is the antipode for Kamchatka? I believe it's Antarctica. Antipode for Kamchatka. So let's see here. Antipode of Kamchatka, Russia is located near Montevideo, Uruguay. Oh, okay, so the antipode of Kamchatka is located near Montevideo, Uruguay. To determine the antipode of a location, you can reverse the sign of the latitude. North becomes south, south becomes north. Subtract the latitude from 180 degrees and reverse the direction. East becomes west, west becomes east. For Kamchatka, approximately 56 N, 162 east. This calculation results in approximately 56 south, 18 west, which is near Montevideo. Where is Montevideo? Let's go take a peek on Google Earth and see where Montevideo is. I'm always curious, but when you've got a big, huge earthquake, you should expect a antipodal earthquake. So there would be an earthquake over here. I've never seen an earthquake over here. So when you do 30 degrees antipode, guess where that puts us? Either over here, or it's going to put us in the South Sandwich Islands. South Sandwich Islands had 2 earthquakes today. Interesting. Hey, Richard, you lost your crown. Okay, so that is the antipode for that earthquake. Whoops, now I'm a little bit discombobulated. Okay, let me get me combobulated again. All right, you guys, that's pretty much all I can give y'all for now. I appreciate you checking in. I wanted to do a real quick update to let y'all know about this earthquake that has happened. I don't have any more information that I can give you other than please, 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 if you know people that are living on the West Coast or living in Alaska or are overseas right now, please let them know to go to their safe places until they are warned to come back if they are given a warning by authorities to move, to leave. Okay? I'm just so worried right now. An 8.0 is not an earthquake to play around with. Let's see if I've got any more information yet at all. Let's see here. Earthquake in Russia. The quake was shallow and strong enough to cause a wave or a tsunami. The powerful magnitude 8.0 struck off of Russia's far east coast on Tuesday, the U.S. Geological Survey said, triggering a Pacific tsunami advisory. The quake's epicenter was some 85 miles, 136 kilometers east of Petropavlovsk in the country's Kamchatka Peninsula at a depth of 12 miles or 19 kilometers, according to the USGS. American authorities issued a tsunami advisory for areas that include Alaska. So, if you're in Alaska, please, please, please find your safe spot. Yes, there are 16 buoys, I believe it is, that are in motion. Let's count them. Let me see if I can count them. So let's, I wish there was a thingy to open this up. Oh well. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm sure there's some more in there. So there's 10. These ones here do not appear to be in event mode, but this one closest to the Gulf of Alaska is in event mode. Some of these may not be working effectively. Let's see if there's been any more updates for our warnings. Okay, I'm going to refresh this. Okay, do we have another warning? Is there another warning up, broke fishing? Well, the last one was Guam. Did we read this one? Non-U.S. Canada Pacific threat? Okay. Tsunami message number 1. NWS Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, Honolulu, Hawaii. This message is issued for information only in support of UNESCO, IOC Pacific Tsunami Warning and Mitigation System and is meant for national authorities in each country of that system. National authorities will determine the appropriate level of alert for each country and may issue additional and or more refined information. Magnitude 8, depth 74 kilometers or 46 miles. An earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 8.0 occurred off the east coast of Kamchatka, Russia at 23:25 UTC on Tuesday, July 29, 2025. Based on the preliminary earthquake parameters, widespread hazardous tsunami waves are possible. Hazardous tsunami waves from this earthquake are possible within the next 3 hours along some coasts of Russia and Japan. Government agencies responsible for threatened coastal areas should take action to inform and instruct any coastal population at risk in accordance with their own evaluation procedures and level of threat. Persons located in threatened coastal areas should stay alert for the information and follow instructions from national and local authorities. Estimated times of arrival ETA of the initial tsunami have for places with a potential tsunami threat. Actual arrival times may differ and the initial wave may not be the largest. A tsunami is a series of waves and the time between waves can be 5 minutes to an hour. So for Petropavlovsk, the time that you would be looking at is 23:58. Ust-Kamchatsk 0012. Medny Islands 0035. Ostrov Karagins 0040. Urup Island 0047. Severo Kurlisk 0110. Kushiro 0132. Machino 0212, and Katsura 0222. A tsunami is a series of waves. The time between wave crests can vary from 15 minutes to an hour. The hazard may persist for many hours or longer after the initial wave. Impacts can vary significantly from one section of coast to the next due to local bathymetry and the shape and elevation of the shoreline. Impacts can also vary depending upon the state of the tide at the time of the maximum tsunami waves. Persons caught in the water of a tsunami may drown, be crushed by debris in the water, or be swept out to sea. The next message will be issued in about 1 hour sooner if the situation warrants. Authoritative information about the earthquake from the U.S. Geological Survey can be found on the internet at earthquake.usgs.gov. I've already got that one. I've got that on both EMSC and USGS. Okay, so we see that that is going. What else do we have, Brokefish? Do we have another warning? Okay, I'm checking the chat, you guys. I'm hoping that the tsunami warnings get canceled. However, I am more concerned about the fact that this was a big earthquake. Japan says powerful quake is hit near Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula. Japan Meteorological Agency said Tuesday that a powerful earthquake hit near Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula and issued a tsunami advisory for Japan. Japan's meteorological agency said on Tuesday that a powerful earthquake hit near Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula and issued a tsunami advisory for Japan. The agency said the quake registered a preliminary magnitude 8.0. It issued an advisory for the tsunami of up to 1 meter, which is a yard, along the Pacific coast of Japan. The quake was about 250 kilometers or 160 miles away from Hokkaido and was felt only slightly, according to Japan's NHK television. And that is all the information I have coming out of Japan. Okay, let's see what else I can find here. Hawaii is on tsunami watch. Officials in Hawaii have issued a tsunami watch. According to the National Weather Service, an 8.0 magnitude earthquake occurred off the east coast of Russia at approximately 1:25. The tsunami waves impact Hawaii. The estimated earliest arrival of the first tsunami waves is 7:17 p.m. on Tuesday. Based on all available data, a tsunami may have been generated by this earthquake that could be destructive on coastal areas even far from the epicenter. An investigation is underway to determine if there is a tsunami threat to Hawaii. So that is all I've got for that. Okay. Okay, so you guys, that's all I can give you so far regarding this earthquake which is hit. Any questions, you guys? And I'll see if I can find anything if y'all need it. Who's Kirk? Does Kirk matter? Oh, he sounds like an idiot to me. Thanks. Thanks for doing your job. I appreciate it. One second. Yes. Thank you. Okay, you guys, that's all I can give you for now. I hope y'all are doing well. If you are in any of these zones, please pay attention to what the authorities have to say. If there is a tsunami, please make sure you are well away from those areas where that may happen. As of right now, they are investigating for a tsunami, but that does not mean that there is not one. It means they are investigating for a tsunami. Hey, Sage Pup, how are you doing? Oh my goodness, you guys. I had gone to lay down, had taken my medicine already, so if I sound a little bit out of it, I already took a sleep med, so I'm doing my best here. Yep, I am doing my best. My phone went off telling me 8.0 earthquake. And I'm like, oh, what? I'm glad I hadn't shut my eyes yet. Anyways, you guys, you can see our hurricanes are out here. That's Tropical Storm Kelly. And this is Hurricane Iona out here. And they're passing by Hawaii, but there are two others. I'll show you since I'm still online here. And I will update more tomorrow at our update about these earthquakes that have hit. As you can see, there are 2 more. So now there is 5 out here. So you've got this one here. It's got a 70% chance. Then you have this one here. It's got a 50% chance of formation. And then you have this one here. It's got a 90% chance of formation. I didn't realize that I had to be somebody to talk about earthquakes. I've done this for what, 14 years? I'm not dependent on anybody else to live life and have a YouTube channel. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you for stepping in and being here to see what was going on. Please help get the warning out to people so that they can be safe. Anyways, you guys, I love you. Please remember to tell someone that you love them. Tomorrow is never promised, and make each day an adventure. Please remember to like, subscribe, and to share the video. Broke Fishing, thank you for showing up. George Mitchell, thank you for being here. Richard Smith, thank you for being here. Sage Pup, I appreciate you for checking in. And Nightbot, Nightbot. Yeah, I hope you didn't go rogue tonight. Chicken Little, how are you doing? Thanks for being here. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to let y'all go. Please enjoy your night. If you are in these areas where there are tsunami warnings, please do what your authorities tell you to do. If they tell you to leave the area, please leave. And don't return back to those areas until they tell you that you can go back. Anyways, you guys, I love you. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow on the live stream. Much love.